Hey everyone, it's Tanae Costley, creator of the Reels Play Group and also host of Real Talk Business and Motivation. Today is Real Talk Tuesday, so I have another episode with another special guest. Today we are covering TikTok trends, tips, and more. So the special guest for tonight is a content creator, but she's also a marketing specialist. She's a beast on TikTok. She has a huge following of about 85K followers on TikTok, and she has made about 20K total for the Rose Play Bonuses program on Facebook. So I'm super, super, super excited to bring her on. Her name is Melissa Hanks, and I'm about to bring her on to introduce herself.
Hi.
Hey, Melissa, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Here we are for the third episode of Real Talk Business and Motivation. So I just want to thank you for coming on the show tonight and for all the value, insight, and gems that you're going to be dropping.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me on.
Of course, of course. So just tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I am a content creator. I started on my platform is TikTok. That's where I've grown my most following at this time. And right now, basically, I'm just doing some content creation for some brands on there, putting together a program to help businesses to kind of monetize on TikTok, because it's kind of one of the newer platforms that's coming up out there. So I've just used my experience from the last 2 years creating content, using the analytics to kind of see, what works and what doesn't.
Okay, well that's definitely that's awesome. By the way, I'm not even big on TikTok. I do like transfer my reels from Instagram and Facebook and put them on TikTok, but I have not like hit off to really like start to increase my following on there. So I'm even interested, and I'm pretty sure it's a lot more other people that are in the group or who are just joining us who are content creators and they just haven't been able to break into TikTok because it is much different than Instagram and Facebook. So super excited to hear more about that. But before we get into that, are you able to go over your background and how you got into being a digital creator?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been in kind of the marketing field for the last 5 years. About probably the time when the pandemic hit, I was at home a lot. I had heard about, I've been on Facebook, Instagram, different social media sites, and I had heard about TikTok. I came across actually, it was I want to say she was a dancer, and she had all these neat effects. And I was like, well, that's interesting. And it had a watermark logo that said TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, let's try this out. Like, I've heard people talk about it. Why not? So I downloaded the app, and kind of the rest was history. I saw myself really understanding it, getting into it, falling in love with the video production part of it, editing, and then creating content, and then kind of putting it together and seeing it monetize and grow just intrigued me, and it was extremely exciting. So it just kind of went from there. Yeah.
Awesome. That is super amazing. And can you just tell me, like, were you working at a job? Were you already an entrepreneur? Like, how did that whole TikTok transition happen?
At the time, I was working. I was working at the marketing department on a military base. I was updating. I was kind of like a social media specialist, updating all the different websites. And I was working there part-time. They didn't have a full-time position. So I found myself with a lot of extra time on my hands. So I started just posting them, kind of being goofy and silly, and then realizing that, wow, this could really be a big opportunity for companies and brands and entrepreneurs to kind of break into this. So that was probably the first time that I really got into it. I've always kind of had the entrepreneur bug. Before that, I actually owned a coffee stand, and that's where I started learning how. Yeah. Yeah. So I wanted to learn how to market on Facebook. That was probably about 7 years ago is when I really started getting into it and doing promotions on Facebook to start with. And so from there, I always enjoyed it. And um, once this new platform came out, I just saw myself grow on there, and the numbers, just the following, increased more than any of the other social media sites I'd been on.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's super dope. Now, when would you say, or what did you do to make your followers really like take off? Was it a certain video? Was it a certain like trend or technique that you did that really made those TikTok followers increase?
Um, I would say for me, my niche at the time was kind of a comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I kind of transferred that over to start going to the what's called a discover page. And what you do is you see kind of what's trending, what's going on. There's companies that start promotions, hashtag promotions. And really, what took off for me was one of my first viral videos. It had over 1.1 million views. Was me reviewing a product, and it was insane how the algorithm just picked it up, and it was having to do with a trend that was going on. People were talking about a cleanse, like a parasite cleanse, and they were talking about eating papaya seeds, and I was like, okay, well, that's interesting. So I looked up a product on Amazon and found an all natural remedy. And I took it. And after that day, I was wanting to share my experience, and I did. And that's the video that took off. And yeah, once you go viral on TikTok, you'll find that like all this influx of followers just kind of follow with it, kind of
Okay.
come in. So because they want to know where you're going with it.
So, well, my mindset on TikTok is that you have to like really think outside of the box to go viral. So, what you're
Yeah.
telling me is that you saw a trend taking off. You decided just to research a little bit more, go on Amazon and buy a product, right? And then
Yes.
you went on TikTok promoting the product, which went viral, making you gain a lot of followers on that platform. And you also was able to get money from the product creator, correct?
Yeah. So once the product went viral, I got in contact with the company, and I was like, hey, you might have recently, within the last 48 hours, noticed an increase in your sales on this one particular product. It's called Paragard. It's by a company named Zoller. And they said, yeah, actually, she's like, the lady I was corresponding with was like, I was going to get in touch with you, and wanted to see what's going on here. You know, we've heard of TikTok, but haven't really engaged with it. Like, how does this work? Like, we're intrigued. So they, we started working together, and I started creating content for them, and I'm still currently working with them with ideas more behind the scenes now. But yeah, I wasn't endorsed to begin with. It wasn't a sponsored ad, and it just kind of it took off on its own. So
So I always stress it's so
open
important
up
to think outside of the box. So I really love that you were able to, just be
people.
creative and think of a way that you could really step outside from all the other content creators that are already like viral and have a big platform on TikTok. So that is really dope. I'm not sure if you're frozen right now, if you're losing connection, but
Oh,
guys, if you're listening, right now I have Melissa Hanks, and she is joining me. She is a marketing specialist and a content creator. Now tonight we are sharing
the
TikTok
connection's
trends.
getting lost.
Yeah, you were lost
Oh,
for a minute, but tonight we are sharing TikTok trends, tips, and more. She was able to build her following up just by thinking outside of the box. She saw something taking off on TikTok, a trend. She decided to research some more and find a product that went with the trend on Amazon, ordered it, and did a TikTok promoting that product, and it went viral. It went crazy. So she gained 85K followers. Just off going viral on that video. Not only did she go viral on that video, but she reached out to the company, took that extra initiative by reaching out to the company and saying, hey, you might have received an increase in sales. And it might have been because of the video that I've done, and you sent them the video, correct?
Yes. Yeah. They
Okay.
actually, yeah, they viewed it and just kind of, it just created a relationship for a brand from there on. So yeah.
That is awesome. See, a
Yeah.
lot of people, a lot of content creators were just thinking content, content, content. Let's just put out this content for we can monetize, for we can get this money from social media. But,
Right.
if we're not thinking doing that extra step, we're missing out on money. We're leaving money on the table because if you're promoting a business and you take that extra initiative to at least reach out to that company and be like, hey, I did a video promoting your product. It went really viral. You could have received an increase in sales. She actually is building a relationship. And that's a
Yeah.
beneficial relationship where she's monetizing. So not only is she able to monetize on going viral on the video, but she's able to monetize by promoting that company's product and having and gaining them customers. I mean, that's valuable in itself, guys. So if you're just a content creator, you're posting content, if you're incorporating products, please reach out to those businesses. Please reach out to those companies because that's basically being a brand ambassador, and that's putting money on the table. That's money on the
Absolutely.
table. That's how you make more money. That's how you do brand affiliations, and you just grow more. So I just want
Yeah.
to encourage everyone that's watching tonight, please think outside of the box. So many content creators. TikTok is made for content creators. Okay,
Hmm.
so it's everyone on there trying to get their content seen, trying to go viral, doing crazy things. We're seeing so many, all types of challenges on TikTok.
Yep.
From I remember the cinnamon challenge. It's been some other like crazy, crazy challenges, but you don't even have to do all of that. You don't got to risk your life because I'm not risking my life as a content creator.
Right.
But
Exactly.
clearly, Melissa, that is awesome. Just thinking outside of the box, and you can
Yeah.
really tell you are a marketing specialist because that is how I think as a marketing specialist. And any great marketing specialist who is an expert is thinking outside the box and thinking of creative, unique ways to actually make money on social media. So that is
Yes.
pretty dope. And I'm gonna let you just chime in and add the rest of the details because I'm already impressed.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, when I that video took off, I only had 23,000 followers, which I say only, but as a lot of people know with TikTok, you have millions of followers. One big piece of advice I would give others is don't if you even have just 1,000 followers, you're allowed to do live streams. So you don't have to go out and ask for endorsements and brand deals. You can get on a live feed, talk about something that you use, a product, something you eat every day, or anything. And if that gains any kind of following, you can then reach out to the brand. Don't wait for the brand to reach out to you. Just show them like, hey, I'm able to promote this, and I just had 50 people asking me for the link. Do you want to kind of work together? Do you want to collaborate? So it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you have 1,000 followers or 10,000 followers. If that's something you're interested in doing, just go ahead and do it. Don't wait for them to call you. You should call them. That's my
Yes,
advice.
I totally agree. As someone who has modeled and has done brand ambassador and has done just marketing specialist for other businesses as well, I totally agree that if you want to get ahead, you have to take the initiative and you cannot be playing small. I know so many people who
Yes.
are just okay with just posting. I'm just posting just to make money, but you're leaving money on the table because you're not thinking big. The bigger you think,
Yeah, exactly.
the more
Yes.
abundance you allow yourself to be able to receive. So, I mean, I totally understand that.
Great.
And I just wanted to bring you to this platform tonight for you can share that value and that insight to other content creators who are watching and who's trying to get extra income, or this may be their only income. And if this is something that you're passionate about doing, why not take it to the next level? Why not, try what
Yeah.
Melissa has done or try what I have done? I mean, it's the best way to get ahead. I would definitely say that. And
Yeah.
results show, right? 85K
Yes.
followers show, right?
Well, it's yeah. Well, I'm at 58,000 followers, which is
Okay, I'm sorry.
it's
I'm.
huge.
Well, you're gonna be at
No,
85K soon because if you keep this up, and it's going to continue to build. So just by
yeah,
you leveling
absolutely.
up and taking the initiative, that's what it's all about. That
Yeah,
is
for
what it's
sure.
all about.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned something about analytics. Analytics. Let's get into
Yes.
TikTok analytics because it's way different from Facebook and Instagram. TikTok. So break that down to everyone who's listening and who want to increase their following on TikTok and start monetizing.
Yes, absolutely. So TikTok does give you an option to monetize your page. You can become a part of the creators portal. And what that does is it allows you to view your analytics. Now, with any social media site, that's always helpful because it's going to show you, it's going to break down when the most of your followers are on. So if it's they're going to show time frame, days of the week. So if you're really wanting to monetize or gain more following or more value out of your TikTok page, especially if you're a business, you're going to want to gain more of value if you're selling or marketing or selling a product. So I highly suggest always looking at your analytics and posting your best pieces of content during that time when your followers are on. That seems to be the best way to get more following and to get more of a buzz around what you're doing and your videos. So I highly suggest always taking a look at that. And the great thing about TikTok too is when you open it up at the bottom of each of your video, there's a button that you can push and see how it's performing.
Okay.
And then taking it a step further, if you're a business, you can actually promote after you get a certain amount of followers. You can promote a piece of content, and then what'll happen is your link will pop up during that ad. So they can actually click on the link from that video instead of going to your bio or you redirecting them to another site. It'll just actually pop up. So
Now,
it
are
does
you
give you a
talking
lot of
about the
options.
Contra? I'm sorry. Are you talking about the Contra link? Now, on TikTok, because I've
No.
seen something called Contra like pop up, like when you're posting videos, like to add as a link for people to click on directly.
Um, not well, I'm not sure what the contra link is. It could be something that someone's promoting, but
Okay.
what happens is when you can promote the video itself, and then
Okay.
whatever link you want to pop up, it'll come up. So if you're selling, shoes or jewelry or the link will come up in the video that you're talking about that product.
Okay, well
Yes.
that is super, super dope and valuable to know, especially if you're just on Instagram and then you're on Facebook, and you don't really know how to maneuver around TikTok, then you need to be paying attention to the
Hmm.
analytics and taking notes because Melissa has been there and she is building her platform. And once again, she is getting
Yeah.
businesses to
Yeah, absolutely.
actually pay her for promoting their products. I just want to go back to that for 1 second because I don't know if we completely covered it, but so that business actually sent you money after your video went viral.
Yeah. Well, yes. Yeah, so when I started working with Zoller, the company for the Paragard, um,
Hmm.
I did make a few extra additional videos promoting, and they've then crossed it over and posted to their Instagram and their TikTok page. So yeah, at the time or during that time, we did arrange a partnership. It was more of an agreement, and yeah, I've gotten compensated for helping them get sales and helping them grow. And right now actually they've reached out to other influencers and they've started a challenge on TikTok where you can win $5,000, which is crazy. So yeah, if you go to my page on TikTok, I talk about it. And yeah, they've expanded and they're growing now on TikTok, and they've reached other people who are now reviewing their product and buying it, that they're working with. But yeah, so we have an agreement, like a partnership, and it's
Okay.
been great. Yeah, it's been
That's
nice.
totally awesome. That is totally awesome. And that is just thinking outside of the box. So you're
Yes.
making money on TikTok. You're
Mhm.
making money on Facebook Reels. So I know we have a lot of probably members from the group who are watching now live or will be tuning in after the show. So can you just go over like an overview of how much you have made on Facebook Reels Play bonuses so far?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's pretty new to me in the last few months. I have now taken my TikToks and posted them over to Facebook Reels, which just a little insight about that is kind of a competition that Facebook or Meta now has started to get content
Mm-hmm.
creators compensated for the work that they're putting in, for the engagement that they're bringing to Facebook. So they've realized that these videos are a big way to bring in a new, a whole new way to show products and way to show your value. So I've now posted my TikToks over to Facebook, and they've actually reached higher numbers than some of them did on TikTok. So I'm posting over to my Reels now, and since then I was invited to, which is the Facebook Reels bonus program,
Mm-hmm.
and you can actually make money with your engagement, the follows, the likes, and the shares. And it is quite a bit higher
Yeah.
per per, let's say, view than, say, TikTok's creator program, because they
Facebook
are
is
a bigger. They
knocking it
have,
out the park. Yeah, Facebook is
yes,
knocking out the park with how much they're giving out. Like really, compared to even Instagram, as far as what I've seen, people who don't
yeah,
have like a huge, massive following on Instagram, what they're giving people the equal opportunity to start off making 35K now. Now that's a lot.
yes,
That's a lot. That's
yes,
more than TikTok. That's more than Instagram,
quite a
more
bit
than
more.
likely, unless you have a huge following on Instagram, then you might have the potential. But I've seen people with even a
Right.
huge following probably get capped off maybe at like 15K, and
Yeah,
that's still way lower than 35K. So what I love
yeah,
about Facebook is the equal opportunity, the equal opportunity. So
yep,
tell us.
absolutely.
um, would you say you have almost capped out, or like how well has the program been going for you so far?
So I'm on my second round of being invited to the bonus reels program. The first round, what happens is I've heard people can start out as anywhere from up to $5,000 all the way up to $70,000.
Mm-hmm.
My first round, I'm assuming because of my engagement, I had already started posting reels, and a few of them hit over 1 million. One of them hit 3 million, and they invited me to make up to $35,000 within 30 days. I was a little skeptic, of course. I'm like, okay, what is this? So of course I looked into it, and I'm a big social media kind of nerd, so I had already read about Zuckerberg, what he was doing, and
Yeah.
the putting in the $1 billion for the creators fund. So I mean, I knew it was legit, but I was like, okay, what's going on here? Like, how much are they going to take a cut of? Because TikTok does take a percentage of your earnings. Um, so basically, by the end of the 30 days, I had made $8,200.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Up. Melissa is frozen again, but guys, Melissa Hanks is joining me tonight. She's a content creator and marketing specialist. Now, not only has she been able to build her TikTok following up by thinking outside of the box and promoting a product that actually went viral, her video, and gained her followers, and she reached out to the business because they had got an
Oh,
increase in customers, and she was able to make money off of that just by not playing it small. Now on top of that, she has also made probably about 20K ish total in Facebook Reels bonuses. So she
yes.
is racking in the bonuses and being consistent. And I just want you to tell the people, how many times do you post, Melissa?
I post anywhere from 3 to 5 times a day.
3 to 5 times a day. That's
Yeah.
I feel like that's normal. That's definitely normal.
Yeah.
I've heard 20 to 30 times a day. So it just all depends on the
Yeah.
person, and I feel like the following and what works because what I'm finding works for one person might not work for the next. So I always want to just kind of like dig in and see how many times, 3 to 5 times. I mean, guys, we can do that. We can do that. And she says she has made 20K total in Facebook Reels bonuses.
Yes. Yeah. It's been a
And that's
huge yeah. It's a huge incentive for content creators, that's for sure.
yeah, I would definitely think so. Now, are you posting at certain times of the day, or are you watching like the views of the past video or anything? Is there a certain strategy you use?
Not as of right now because they do not offer on analytics on your videos. But what I do notice is that during middle of the week, I'd say Wednesdays and Thursday evenings is when I get a lot more notifications that people have been watching my videos, and then I also get a lot more people saying, a lot more following. So I would say in the evenings, Wednesdays and Thursdays seem to be hitting it the most.
Okay.
Weekends are a little bit slower, but yeah. So I am off of my own opinion, off of my own experience, trying to calculate when the best time is to post, but haven't quite pinpointed what that is
Right.
directly
But
yet.
as a marketing specialist, you would say you're watching the analytics though, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. There's not too much
So
on
with the bonus
Facebook,
program, they do
right?
offer the creator studio,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows you, yeah.
It's okay. The creator studio, it shows us a little
Mhm.
bit of the details as far as like, but it doesn't really get into like analytics, like on Instagram.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
it does not yet, because I'm sure they will because they're in the beta testing right now. But yeah, it's still not showing analytics quite yet.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think it's important just to kind of like gauge. I don't even know if it's like good to like, do you keep a notebook of like what times do you post and what you see as far as engagement wise, or like how you kind of like keeping track of that since it doesn't really do that for us?
I have a spreadsheet that I use. It's the same one that I was using in the beginning with TikTok. So
Okay.
yeah, I do calculate on a spreadsheet on my computer.
Okay. So
Yeah.
guys, do not let the fact that Facebook does not have analytics like TikTok and like Instagram stop you from getting this money on social media. I mean, Facebook is paying the most. If you are invited to the program, they're paying up to 35K. And even
Yes.
after, if you do reach that 35K limit, the next level is 70K a month. So it's definitely worth you tracking it yourself, even if you have to keep a journal, even if you have to keep a spreadsheet, even if you just got an old school composition notebook, whatever you have to
Yes.
do, because
Write it
it
down.
is important. It
Yep.
is important to pay attention to your following because your following may be different from the next person following. So if you
Yeah.
notice that your followers are more tuned in and engaged to your reels at a certain time, then you probably should go with that and post more around that time frame. So everyone is different.
Yep.
So once again, I would suggest, according to Melissa, either a spreadsheet. I use a journal, or I use like the notepad on my phone. There's plenty of ways. I mean, you can even use a
Yeah.
content organizer and track it that way. But it is important to pay attention to, especially if you want to reach that max, or just make more in general. Because there's a lot of people that's just like, okay, I want to make 10K a month. Like I don't really need the 35K, but even if you want to reach that, whatever your goal is, please try to keep track of the analytics because your following may differ from the next person's following.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
Yep.
I just think that's important. That's important, valuable information,
It
especially
is.
as marketing specialists. So I thank you for just dropping that gem for everybody watching tonight. Because that's super super important, and 3 to 5 posts per day, that's not much, that's normal. Even I have increased my following since I heard 20 to 30 times a day. I've started doing about three to five a day. And I've seen an increase in engagement and an increase in my following too, both on Instagram and Facebook. So I definitely would say if you're only posting once or twice, you should try to increase that. Like try to challenge yourself the next week. Say next week I want to post 3 times a day, or next week I want to post 5 times a day. I mean, just challenge yourself in order to really reach your goal. You're not going to reach your
Yeah.
goal if you're not really paying attention. I mean, it's possible, but if it's not working for you for this month, or it hasn't worked for you for last month, that means it's time to go back to the drawing board, or it's time to get a spreadsheet, it's time to get a journal, it's time to get
Mm-hmm.
a composition notebook, or just anything where you can really track and really be able to get the most engagement out of your reels to reach more of a better income.
Yeah,
Is there
absolutely.
anything that you said that you would like to add as far as like how to really increase?
Yeah. So with the reels, some of the things that I've tried that actually work is number one is find a niche. Find something that you can hone into that followers are going to come back to, or they're going to find you going through their news feed, and they're going to like it, and they're going to see that you pop up, and they're going to want to engage with that video. So find a niche if you can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very serious on mine. I'm very much comedy, which is kind of funny, but
Which is
because
good.
I'm
It
not.
works.
Yeah,
It works.
yeah,
Entertainment works. I mean,
it does.
we can't just say just comedy because people love
Yeah,
comedy. So entertainment is so important, and I keep going over this every episode because I really want people to know you have to think
yeah,
outside the box and you have to be entertaining. You can't just
yes,
be sales driven and constantly say, "Oh, buy my product, buy my product, buy my product." I got this service for you.
yep,
Like, this service is great. You need this service. Okay, we get it. We get it.
exactly.
But how are you really putting yourself out there to stand out from other people who are doing the same thing? Because, social media is like,
Yes,
it's a competition. It's even if you don't look at it like a competition, so many other people doing the same thing as you. Please be
yes,
entertaining and not sales driven. So
exactly.
the
Yep, that's
comedy.
you. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with that one. That's what I always tell people if they're coming into it with a business aspect of it. Make it funny, make it goofy. Watch
Right.
what's trending on TikTok. Watch what's trending on Instagram. Those two seem to lead in trends. So when I say that, that also correlates with how you're hashtagging. You should definitely be hashtagging your reels,
Mhm.
because I think in the future it's going to be used as more of a search engine right now. But going forward, Facebook's going to be pulling from those reels. So definitely hashtag, find your niche, and always use some sort of trending. If you're doing a video, and you're not talking in it as much, do a trending background music, because those are going to get pulled from the algorithm the most. People, they're going to say, oh, this artist, Facebook has a lot more reach when it comes to the copyright of these musics
Mhm.
as opposed to TikTok. So I would definitely say those three things: your niche, your hashtags, and your audio will definitely help you increase in views for sure.
And track your analytics. Since
Track your
Facebook
analytics.
doesn't do it for you, take that extra step because more than
Exactly.
likely it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. Like,
Yeah. And
if
post
you pay
often.
attention,
Yeah.
yeah. If you pay attention to your following, more than likely you're going to see results. Um,
Yes.
so make sure that you're watching every Tuesday because I'm bringing on a different guest, and what works for one person might not work for the next. So if you're in the Reels Play bonuses monetization support group on Facebook, if you're just been invited to Reels Play on Instagram or Facebook, on any platform you're monetizing, you definitely want to be networking with other
Yes.
like-minded people who are doing the same thing and who have a common goal, guys. So this is
Yes.
why I'm bringing guests on the show, because last week we learned what worked for Veronica. This week we're learning what works for Melissa. and Melissa has been able to monetize both on TikTok and make a total of about 20K in Facebook Reels Play Bonuses program already. So
Yes.
make sure
Yep.
you listening to these tips and make sure you pay attention to those analytics because we haven't
Yes.
covered that into today. So
Yeah.
analytics are important. Marketing specialists right here, let you know. If they don't
Yeah.
do it for you, take the extra step, take the initiative, and track it. We have notebooks.
Absolutely.
We have regular paper. Anything. I don't care what you write
Anything.
on. I don't care. I don't
Yep.
care how you track it. If you want to
Yeah.
level up and you want to be able to get more income, whether it's side income in addition to your job or your business, or
Hmm.
whether it's the only income you have coming in. The more
Yep.
I feel like the more you put in, the more you get out. So sometimes that comes with not only thinking outside of the box, being entertaining, but also taking the
Yep.
extra step of paying attention to the analytics.
Absolutely.
So I think
Yeah.
you're right on point with that, and I thank you for bringing that value and insight to the show tonight. Um,
Yeah.
and
Absolutely. Sure.
I'm just thinking, one marketing specialist to another. What haven't we covered? What haven't we covered? Because analytics was
So
a
much.
great tip.
Yeah.
Analytics was a
Absolutely.
great tip. And taking the extra
Yeah.
step to actually reach out to these businesses, guys. If you're being entertaining, if you're being funny, if you have a following, even if you don't have a following, like either way,
Hmm.
if you are promoting a company's product, if you are promoting a business product or service, if you're doing any of that in your videos, you should also be taking the initiative to reach out to that company and say, hey, I'm not sure if, well, even if you're not sure if they'll accept it or not, but just reach out,
Yeah.
introduce yourself, your platforms, your social media handles, and
Yep.
attach your video, attach what you have done, and see if there's a partnership there. See if you're able to build a mutually beneficial relationship where you can monetize in another way. I
Yeah.
mean, people are leaving that on the table. People are really leaving
Absolutely.
that one on the table, like brand ambassador and just brand affiliation is so important. It's so
Yep.
important as an influencer. It's so important as a content creator. Even if you're an entrepreneur, if your business
Yeah.
coincides with another business, say, hey, I think your service can bring value, or we can collaborate together because
Yeah.
I like what you do, and I love how you do it. Like this, is no problem with reaching out to other people and networking, guys.
No. Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, is where it's at. Partnership is where it's at. Um,
Yes.
if it's one content creator to another, make sure you vet them. Make sure you do your research. Though I can say that because there's a whole bunch of different types of people on
Yes.
TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. So if it's just like a content creator, entrepreneur, you still want to vet everyone. I vet people. Because you just don't want any type of energy, and you just don't want to put
Correct.
yourself in a predicament that you didn't expect. So make sure you do your research. If it's a company or a business, do your research. Have your proposal ready. Have your content ready. Just be mentally ready. I always say, if
Yes.
you stay ready, you do not have to get ready, guys. So always be confident. I don't care if you got 100 followers. When you reach out to another company or a business, be confident that you could bring value to them and explain how you feel like you could do that. You could be funny as hell with a couple followers and it just didn't go viral yet. So it really just doesn't matter. Just take that initiative, take that extra step, and think outside of the box because there's so many people on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook who are content creators or entrepreneurs and are doing the same thing. They're posting videos too. But if you can always think ahead, if you can always think big and not small, you're bound to win if you keep going and just keep taking the initiative. Because we got people that just do, and then we got people who take that extra step. and you want to be that person that takes that extra step to bring in that extra income, especially if this is something that you love to do. So we have so many ways that you can monetize off social media and get, and secure the bag. I always say secure the bag. So there's so many ways out here, guys. Do not sleep. You're doing the reels. Take that extra step. Reach out to the businesses. Reach out to the companies. Track your analytics. And Melissa, are you here with us? Because I know your service is going in and out, unfortunately. Okay, her service is still going out, guys. But if you're tuning in right now, I had Melissa Hanks on the show. She is a content creator and marketing specialist. She has been able to monetize not only on TikTok, but also make 20K in the Reels Play bonus program on Facebook. Now, she actually brought something different to the table by explaining TikTok analytics because it's different. It's different from Instagram, and the way you monetize on TikTok is just different from Facebook too in general. So she was able to build a following, guys, just by thinking outside of the box, making a video promoting a product that went viral and reaching out to that company who in return paid her for her gaining them more customers. So, guys, if you're not thinking like that, you definitely need to be, because it's people out here with the mindset, knowing that, okay, if I take the initiative, I'm bound to win. So, if you want to win, start start thinking ahead. Never think small. So I'm going to wait a few minutes just to see if she's able to join us. And then if not, we're still going to get into the questions, guys. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat right now. We're going over Facebook Reels. We're going over Instagram Reels. And we're going over TikTok. If you have any questions on YouTube, you can drop them as well. Any social media platforms. If I have the answers, I will let you know. If Melissa has the answers, she will let you know. And she's actually back. Hey, Melissa. We
Hi,
lost you for a
sorry.
minute. That's totally fine.
The
I
connection
get it. You know,
in Alaska, yeah, it's bad.
and Melissa is in Alaska.
Yes, I'm in Alaska.
How is Alaska too? By the way, how is it living in Alaska?
It's cold right now.
Okay.
um, it's unique. It's interesting. It's gorgeous up here, but it's not for the weak if you're not into the cold. That's for sure.
Okay, I'm not into the cold,
Yeah,
so Alaska probably never see me.
yeah. It was
um,
negative 22 today, so it's crazy.
wow, negative 20.
Yeah,
Oh, are you in the igloo right now?
yeah. Well, yes, very
Negative
much so.
22 is, oh my god, that's crazy. Oh my god. But
Yeah,
when you went out, I was just going over an overview for everyone who might have just been tuning in or joining us, and we definitely want to open up for questions. So guys, if you're joining, please make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn your post notifications on. We will be doing this every Tuesday and bringing a new guest, and you want to get these insight, these tips, these gems, because what works for one person might not work for the next. That's why it's so important to network. I cannot stress that enough. You have resources here at your tip. You have other people, if you're in the Facebook group, the support group, who are willing to help. Like, this is really a team. This is really a
yeah,
team that I have built on Facebook. Really a team. So if you need that support, it's here for you, and it's here to utilize, for we can all grow and win together. That's the goal. So
yeah,
I think we
yeah.
went
Like,
over a
yeah,
lot. We went over a lot today. We definitely did.
we did. Yeah,
I don't think we're missing anything. The analytics. Okay.
those
We're
are
going to
very
keep
important.
saying that. Keep track
Yes,
of it. It's worth
yes.
it, because Melissa has made a total of 20K. Um, Now, what was your highest month?
Well, I'm still going on the second round.
Okay.
Um, So it's within a 30-day mark. I have 10 days left and I'm at
Okay.
12,500.
Okay. You still
So
have 10 days
yeah,
left?
I
Okay.
still have 10 days left.
That's
So
good because we have some
that is
people who
really
are
good.
stuck at 500. We have people that stuck at 500 and they're getting discouraged, but it's so important to just keep going and post consistently, guys. I mean, if this is something
Yeah.
you're passionate doing, you should really be creating content that you love. That way, it does not feel like a job. And when you
Yes.
love something, you should feel passionate about doing it anyway. Even without
Yeah.
the money, it shouldn't feel like a job. The money is a bonus. The money is a bonus. Of course, we all want to secure the bag here. We're all here to
Yes.
win. But if you don't love what you're creating, then it will feel like a job, and it'll be easier for you to just quit.
And it comes across that way too in your videos. And you don't want to burn out as a content creator or just as somebody who's having fun, but you just happen to be part of the bonus program and you're getting paid to be funny and to be fun. Like
Yeah,
don't just think about the money, because then that starts coming across. You could tell that you're just not as passionate. And if
yeah,
you do get this opportunity and you do get to make thousands of dollars as a business person, I'm always business minded and trying to figure out new ventures. Invest that back into yourself. This might be a newfound amount of money, or a newfound what is it? Yeah, entity of money that comes in. But make sure that if you want to level up, just level up from there. Put a little bit back into yourself. Buy a computer. Subscribe to an editing app. Make your content just tweak it and make it a little bit better. Get
buy a
yourself a
tripod. Buy a
tripod,
tripod. Matter of fact, in the
ring
group
lights.
tonight, yeah,
Yeah,
matter of fact, in the group tonight, I'll drop a few links to some of the tools I use that is very affordable that you can just start using at home, or even when you're on the go, you don't have anyone to take your pictures and your videos. You'll have a tripod,
yes,
and a portable ring light where you don't need to plug it up. You can
right,
just charge it at home, and you can get a
yep,
good about 4 or 6 hours just out of the bright ring light. I use it all the time. So I definitely want to just start dropping some of those like content, affordable equipment for you guys because
yeah,
if you want to do it, there's ways to do it. Because I was tired of
yep,
asking people to hold my phone. When I'm ready to
yeah,
record, I'm ready to record.
yeah,
And you stay ready, you don't
exactly.
have to get ready. So even if you got to order some equipment, do that. Do that.
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't have to be expensive, I didn't have anything but a cell phone. I didn't have a ring light. I had none of that coming into this a few years ago. I just had an old prepaid cell phone, and I just, it was something I was propping it up against a milk carton, or, a bottle of soda or something, and
Right.
just going with it. So you got to do what you got to do. So
Right.
yeah.
I think my cheapest tripod probably was from Walmart, and I want to say it was only $10. No, it did not come with a ring light. I just happened to see it, and before I was really into like creating content, I was just like, "Oh, hey, I'll just keep this one in the car."
Yeah.
But guys, you don't have to have a bunch of money. Like I think they even sell stuff to hold your. Well, I know for sure they sell stuff at Five Below to hold your phone. They even have one
Yeah.
like this. Yep, this is actually from Five Below.
Oh,
It's
I
the
like that.
360. It's the 360 view. I don't
Yeah.
really use it that often, but it tracks your motion. So if you wanted to just put it on
Oh,
the desk and dance around and record your reel, it'll actually move around and track your motion. So that was only $5 at Five Below. So guys, if you're looking for equipment to help you create content, you do not have to have a whole bunch of money. I have stuff from Five Below. I have a $10 tripod from Walmart. I have probably like a originally $100 big ring light from Amazon, but I caught it on sale and probably spent $80 on it. It's the one I'm using actually right now for my lighting. I love this one. I will drop that one in the group, but I also have a mini one that I take with me everywhere. and it comes with a handle thing, so it's really portable, and it's a ring light that's really bright. You can add extra attachments, which is additional
Mhm.
lights, or you can either add a handle, you can add a mic. They have so many. So guys, if you are really about this content creating life and
Yeah,
leveling up, securing the bag, what you put in is usually what you get out. So
exactly.
you don't have to have a lot, but you don't want to be
Nope.
recording a video and then the phone just drops. And you want to have it
Yes,
propped up on a water bottle, or at least make sure it's stable first. Make sure if you jump
exactly.
down and do something silly that it ain't just going to smack.
Yep, yep. I'm with you on that one. I have this little guy. He's like, I think it was one of my first ones. It was $10, and I like that it just, you
Yeah, they
know,
have those at Five Below. They have those at
yeah,
Five Below too. I had one of those, so
I
I've
still
had
use
a
it.
lot of stuff. Like
Yeah,
you don't have to start off with the most expensive equipment at all, guys. But you
nope.
do kind of want to make sure your quality is nice. Whereas though you wipe off your phone camera maybe, or
Yes.
make sure your camera is clear. If you don't have anybody else to hold the phone for you, make sure you have it propped up properly. And once again, I'm
Yeah.
going to be dropping some affordable content equipment, whether it's tripods or a mobile ring light, that you can use when you're on the go. And guys, I like
Yeah.
lighting. I don't know about you guys, but I want my lighting to be right. I'm more like,
Yeah.
okay, you want to get this glam. You want
Yeah.
you want to get this glam. So I love
Yeah.
when my lighting is on point, guys. So when I say
Yeah.
I have some useful ones that you guys can use where you don't have to plug up the ring light, just charge it at home and then bring it with you. It's really lightweight, portable, and wow, it gives you that same light that my big one does. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy, guys. So if
Yeah.
you try to level up, let's do it.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Invest back in yourself if you want to take it serious. And one thing going back to TikTok is if you're not one to want to post, I mean, I have friends that go on the app just to see what's going on. So if you're taking content creation seriously and you want to transfer that over to Facebook or Instagram Reels, I highly suggest just getting on Facebook and doing your research, just seeing, you'll kind of see what's trending, what's going on. Click on the discover page and just see what everybody's talking about because it's the trend setting app of today. I mean, everything that you see on Reels on Instagram and Facebook, chances are 99% it started on TikTok. So
Yeah,
it's,
I would
it,
agree.
yeah,
I would
it's
agree. Definitely
definitely, yeah,
for motivation on there. And guys, we're
yeah,
about to have a real moment because there's a lot of people that just be scrolling on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram and just looking like you're looking, but you're been invited to the Reels Play program. Why
yeah,
aren't you posting? So at that point, you got to ask yourself: Am I a content consumer
yeah,
or am I a content creator? Because people that
right.
scroll on their phone all day, every day, but they're not consistently posting, you're more so of a content consumer. You're going to be the person that's actually watching the content only
Mhm.
from the person that's actually making the money. So, do
Yeah,
you want to make the money and put in the work and post consistently, or do you just want to consume content? I mean, consuming
exactly.
content is fine because we need people watching in order to get paid. We get paid all views with this Facebook Reels Play bonus program and even the Instagram one, which I'm also monetizing on both. So we're getting paid off views. So we do need content consumers. Let's get this right. But
Yes,
I'm pretty
true.
sure everybody that's watching,
Yeah,
is a content creator or wants to be, or just want to make this money off social media. So
yeah.
be
Or,
real with yourself. And
yeah,
anytime I start scrolling too much and I ain't post, I'm like, oh, I ain't even posted that. I'm over here scrolling,
yeah,
looking at the game room. I'm looking at content. Oh, I'm in a content
yeah.
consumer.
You're like, yeah, exactly. Exactly. I, and I would say I'm both because I get inspiration. I'm like, oh, that just gave me an
Right,
idea how to use this audio, or ooh, I can relate to that. Let me tweak this a little bit.
right.
Even if you're not a content creator, if you're, oh my gosh, I see people leveling up on TikTok all the time. The people who are bakers, real estate agents, even like
I
they
work
come
with
out
a
there
lot of
and they utilize these trends and they make it in their own when they're talking about buying a house, their purchasers, things like that. And it's amazing. And then that gets stuck in your head and you're like, it can bring business, even though it's nationwide. Someone could be moving in that area and saw you on TikTok and they're like, you know what, I'm going to give that person a call because they resonated with me. I remember them,
Right.
and they were giving really good information, and they weren't just trying to sell me something. They made it into a funny, trend. And I remember them talking about this.
Right.
So yeah, you can, if once you just get started, that's why I tell people, I'm like, if you're camera shy, just do it. If you don't think it's
Just do
great
it like
content to
Nike,
begin with,
baby.
yeah, you got to
No,
start somewhere.
seriously.
My first
Seriously.
TikToks, my face was like I had the phone like in my face, and I was like, okay, I need to back it up a little bit. But just seeing my first TikToks to now, huge difference. But I had to start somewhere. You can't take yourself too serious, and you have to have fun with it in order to reach this new audience on the reels, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. You have to have fun with it.
I would definitely agree. And I want to say thank you, Clear Moments, Pressure Washing and Supply Store. Um, he said, big salute to the movement you're making as multiple business owner and YouTube content creator. Keep doing y'all thing. So I appreciate you. And you keep doing your things too, because you watching right now because you want to network and we all want to win and we all want to grow together. So I appreciate you and keep doing your thing too. Now, just for anybody who is watching right now, please subscribe. Please turn your post notifications on. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m., I'm going live with a new guest who will be able to bring a new story about how they got into content creating, some additional tips for monetizing on social media. So I am bringing people on who can bring value, who can bring insight. Tonight we covered Tic Tac monetization. We covered Facebook Reels Play Bonuses program. We covered thinking ahead and trying to level up to, think outside the box. There's so many people doing the same thing you're doing. And I always
Yeah.
want you to keep that in your head. Like, there's so many people out here doing it. Do not think sales driven, but do take
Mm-hmm.
the initiative. Melissa herself, she came on here explaining how she went viral on TikTok by promoting business product and been able to gain a huge traffic, a following off of that video, but also reaching out to that business and securing the bag that way too. Because it's a
Yeah.
win-win. They are getting customers and you are getting paid for the value that you're bringing to that business and that company. So never sleep on yourself, guys. Don't sleep on the value that you can bring to these businesses if you're using their products in your video. I mean, I wish I had a product right now, but trust me, if I was sipping my wine, which I sipped a little bit before the show, but just one sip. But even if I was sipping my wine during this show, I would be reaching out to that wine company to say, hey, I have a YouTube channel. I'm in the process of building it, but I am confident that this will be a huge platform for creators and entrepreneurs. And I've been sipping Stella Rose, and I think it would be awesome if we can do a partnership. I mean, it really does not hurt to take the initiative. The worst thing they can say is no. But if you don't reach out to these brands and these companies that you're using in your video, whether you're on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, no matter what social media platform you're on, if you're showing a
Mm-hmm.
product or a service, take the initiative and reach out. You might get rejected a couple times, just like any entrepreneur doing any business. If you get rejections, but then you might get that one yes. And no,
Yep.
you don't have to have a huge following.
Mm-mm.
I don't have a huge following on TikTok. I mean, yeah, I don't have a huge following on TikTok, but I don't have a huge following right here on YouTube. But I felt called to create this channel to be a platform for creators and entrepreneurs, and I'm confident in what I'm doing. And even though I'm new to the game, I know the value that I am bringing, and I know
Yeah.
the value that I'm going to continue to bring, and I know the platform will continue to grow. So when you're confident in what you're doing, I don't care if you got 100 followers like me right now on YouTube, or just a couple viewers watching. Keep doing your thing like the world is watching, because you don't know when you're going to go viral. You
Yeah.
don't know when your stuff will just hit off overnight. Make sure what you are doing is entertaining or is valuable knowledge. Whereas though, if you were to go viral overnight and people were to go on your platform and look at your stuff, are you going to be confident and proud of what you have like on
Yeah.
there? So I always want to say, do not get discouraged by the number of followers. Do not get discouraged by the number of likes, guys. Be confident, keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
Just know who you are, know what your core values are, know what you bring to the table. Okay,
Yes.
you are
Yep.
the table.
Absolutely. Yep.
I always say I'm building my table. So even if I can't sit at yours, I'm going to build my own. So even if I get rejected, by taking the initiative, it's bound to show results if you don't quit. The most
Yes.
successful people, guys, are people who just never quit it. I mean, I really want y'all to understand that. Even when it comes to creating content,
Yep.
if you get discouraged and you stop posting, I mean, you're not going to see results. I mean,
Yeah.
it's over. It's over because you quit. It's over because you
Yes.
quit, but you don't know how close you were to reaching your goal or when you would have reached your goal if you would have kept being consistent, guys. So I'm
Yes.
really big on staying motivated. If you're following me, if you watch what I'm doing, I'm dropping business tips, I'm dropping motivation for everyone because I want us all to win, and it's important to stay motivated. Do not give up on yourself. I can't
Yes.
stress that enough. I think that's like the number one like go to advice before anything is like just to have that mindset because we can tell you, Melissa can tell you all day, analytics, track your
Yes.
analytics. Reach out to these businesses, but if you do not have the mindset, the winning mindset, it's going to be hard for you. It's going to be a
Yeah.
struggle. I mean, if you're not happy what you do, you're not going to be passionate about it, and it's going to be easier to quit, guys. So
Yeah.
I don't want to keep y'all all night because I can talk, but we do want to hop into some questions. So let's see what we have going on. Mm. And I don't know if you can see the comments too. That's on the right hand side.
Oh, let me check here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So we're just scrolling the questions right now. Hmm. Someone said they would like to know about taxes and Facebook.
So taxes, when you're approved to the bonus program, they have you put a link to what account you want to link to it, and then they also have you fill out what's called a W-9. So you're basically going in as like a sole proprietor, or yeah, you're basically like working for yourself. So when you fill out a W-9, you are going to be responsible to pay your own taxes. They do not take it out. So you want to make sure you set aside that amount, talk to, you can Google it really, but if you have a CPA or a tax person, you're going to ask them about that. So yeah, hold off before you spend it all. You get a lump sum $10,000, put you in a different tax
No,
bracket.
oh, my oh. So be
Yeah.
prepared.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, they're going to want a piece of that. So, yes, you do have to pay taxes on that. And Facebook will not pay you until you upload a W-9. So,
Someone said what are good hashtags, and I would like to say that I know we talked about it a little bit on last week's episode, but good hashtags, you don't have to spam the hashtags at all. You don't have to use the most popular ones. Yes, you
right.
can use a popular one or two, but I would also say use ones that's kind of like in the middle. So say if you're posting I don't know, entrepreneur. You can also use entrepreneur lifestyle or entrepreneur starting out, or just something that's kind of like middle ground. Whereas though you're
Yeah.
using a popular hashtag, but you're also staying in the middle ground too. And then you can also use like a least common hashtag too. So kind of keep it in between. And if you
Yeah.
need help creating hashtags, they do have websites like best hashtag is one of them, but more than likely it's going to give you the most popular. But if you need ideas just to brainstorm what hashtags to use, you can definitely go there and probably maybe tweak a few from there to be like middle ground.
Mhm.
So I would definitely say that, but don't don't just copy and paste and use all of them because more than likely you're not going to
Yeah.
get the best results from that, I would say just use a few. I want to say 5 to 7. I've seen some people use even less than that and still been
Mhm.
able to get quite an engagement. But don't use all of them. I
Yeah.
mean, it usually doesn't work anyway, guys. So once
Yeah.
again, if you're looking for hashtags, go to, I believe it's besthashtag.com. Even if you search like hashtags for Instagram, hashtags for Facebook, you're usually able to utilize the website, go into their search engine and put baking cookies. I don't know if you're baking cookies, and then they'll give you like some hashtags based around whatever you put in the search engine. So
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
usually, if you
Agree.
posting content, you kind of already know, like, hey, I'm sipping wine. I'm hashtagging wine
Wine.
sipper,
Yeah.
or like, hey, I'm glammed up today. I'm hashtagging beauty makeup or something. Like,
Mhm.
it's not too hard. So sometimes we just overthink things. But guys,
Yeah.
whatever you're doing in your reel, whatever you're doing in your video,
Yep.
just try to give it a variety in between popular, middle ground, and least popular, and that way you can
Yes.
see what hashtags are working the most.
Agreed. Yep.
I would definitely say that. Let's see what other questions we have.
Someone asked about setting up your business. Oh, okay.
Is it best to have a group posting reels versus just posting on your personal page? Now, when you say a group posting reels, if you're speaking on the fact of like sharing reels in the group or like just posting your link, I would say if you're in like an engagement group, like the support group that I have on Facebook, where I do a drop your reel of the day post. I'm actually putting the date for every day. I'm doing a post that says drop your reel, and you can just
Mhm.
copy the link from your reel, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever type of reel that you have. Just copy the link and post it to the group. And what you do is go down the group and show love to other people's, and you can also just reply back and tell them done, or you can reply back and put your link. That way they won't have to keep scrolling down the group. They can just directly get the people that get them. And I found
Mhm.
that to be very beneficial, because you're getting people who are also into the Reels Play bonuses, who know what goal that you're trying to reach, to engage more. So we're liking, we're commenting on each other's reels, just for we can increase our engagement and our following, guys. So I
Yeah.
definitely would say if you're sharing your reel or sharing your link inside of a group, that could definitely help, especially if people are working together as a team for a common goal. And most people want to see everybody win. So if you
Yeah.
utilize it in the right way, it can be very beneficial posting it to a group rather just posting it to your personal page, because you're bringing other people that may just have joined the group or
Yeah.
may not be following you already to your page. So it's just another avenue
Yeah.
that increase that engagement. So I would definitely say that is good. Now, business page versus personal page, guys. Now, a lot of people have been asking this, so I'm just going to go over it. Now, your business page has the opportunity to be submitted. Like you can Google, Facebook, Meta bonuses program, and the link that pops up, that's actually from Facebook. It will show all your business pages on it once you are logged in, and you can click submit. Now, this is the submitted for all the insider tips and opportunities. So once,
Mhm.
if they do get to you, that might help. That helped for me, but I have done it before a lot of other people. So when I saw that once one of my pages had got invited for the Facebook Reels Play bonuses, I came across that link after I was researching, like, what is this? What is this? Came across that
Mhm.
link and I was like, wow, it has all my business pages. Submit, 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 submit.
Yeah.
And then the next day, all my business pages were invited to the
Mhm.
Reels Play bonuses program, guys. So I'm not sure if it's moving a little slower now, or if that's actually boosting it. But I definitely share that link with everyone and say, hey, if you have a business page, go submit it. Go submit it and see what happens, because
Mhm.
it happened for a lot of people that it helped them get invited. So, guys, you definitely
Yeah.
want to utilize any resources that you have. But the unfortunate thing is you cannot submit your personal account, guys. Everyone is not invited on their personal account. I haven't been invited on my personal account. Melissa, are you on your personal account or business page?
I was invited to my personal account and my
Okay.
business page. I
Okay.
had to make it public though. I had to make my personal page public
Mm-hmm.
in order to be on there. But with that being said, a lot of people say, I don't want to do that. You can still keep your posts and your pictures only to private. You can keep them so that they only see your friends. You just have to go every time you post, you just have to go into your settings and make sure and say friends only or public. So you can keep,
Okay.
again, yeah, you can keep your information private. But if you do get approved, you'll have to make your page public, but you can keep your information private.
Gotcha. Now, would you say that you got invited before you started making it public, or once you got invited, you went back and made your stuff private? Like, how does that work? Because I'm not monetizing on my personal page. Just want to make
So yeah, they invited me on my personal page and they said, in order for you to be part of the bonus program, your page must be public. And so I
okay.
had,
Okay.
yeah, so I
Oh,
had
so
to
you
click
actually
like,
got a heads up. Wow.
yes.
Wow. Okay.
Because you
Well,
can decline
Facebook,
it.
Facebook, if you ever tune into this, like,
Yeah.
come on, help a sister out.
Yeah.
Because I post so much on my personal page, like I'm missing
Yeah.
out on a lot of money. My people are on my personal page versus my business page. I have been utilizing my business page and starting to use it more, but I've started monetizing on Instagram Reels Play bonuses before Facebook, and what I've noticed is that my Instagram Reel Play, of course, is getting more engagement because it's my personal Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas though if it was my personal Facebook, I would be making a lot more, guys. But even if your business page is invited, that is an opportunity. You might
Yes.
have to think outside the box. You might have to post more. You might got to post more than 3 to 5. I mean, you might got to pull that journal out and track your analytics. But just for your business page to be invited is an opportunity. I hear so
Yes.
many people say it's harder. It's harder to monetize on my business page than my personal page. Well, it's still worth a try. Find out what works.
Yeah.
Keep track of it, and post consistently. Don't just give up. Don't just walk away from money. Because
Yes.
your personal page might not ever be invited. So your person like me, just keep posting consistently, and and just start posting regular stuff too, like just not reels, but maybe some pictures here and there that has something to do with your business page or that you're comfortable posting on your business page. But start kind of utilizing it more, like really start to use it because you're able to make money. You're unable to make money off these reels. So I do want to get into the next question, guys. Plain Jane said, "What is your take on TikTok versus posting utilization Facebook Reels application?" Now, Melissa, I know you want to cover that because you the TikTok trending tipper. So I'm gonna let you answer that one.
Oh, what does it take to post on TikTok versus? Um, I think that I kind of touched on that in before. I think your TikToks translate very well over to your Reels because your Reels, now, if you think about Facebook, Facebook has a whole different type of audience. So stuff that you might have seen on TikTok or you see people reposted from TikTok to Facebook, you're like, yeah, I already seen that. Like I see that all the time. My friends will share something from that they saw someone post on their Reels and they're like, yeah, I was like, yeah, that was a trend. Like you're kind of behind right now. That was like 2 weeks ago. That's old. No,
Right. I
but
mean, that's true though.
yeah,
TikTok does it first, kind of. TikTok has the
TikTok.
trends first.
No,
Like it's crazy, but it's true.
yeah.
And,
So
and
I think that if you're on TikTok and you're not posting on TikTok, but you got invited over to the Reels,
mhm.
utilize the trending videos and sounds and kind of put your own spin on it. Of course, I'm not saying copy someone verbatim, but
Right.
put your own spin on it and translate that over to your Reels because that's what I do. 99% of
Same.
my Reels on my personal page are from TikTok. I just reposted them over, but to are on Facebook, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
But to the Facebook audience, this is new. This is something that they've never seen before. So even older TikToks are really gaining a lot of momentum and monetizing on my Facebook Reels because it's something that a lot of them haven't seen before. So absolutely utilize TikTok and then transfer them over. Now, when I say transfer them over, if you are in the bonus program, you need to make sure you take off the watermark on TikTok because you do not want a third party watermark on your reels because they won't monetize as well. You might get paid for them in the beginning. I did, but then I stopped because if you look at the rules and regulations, it does say that they'll flag you for that. And at any time, the program could be taken away because it is a privilege. It's a very nice privilege. So, if you get invited, definitely look up the rules and regulations and follow it to a T.
Definitely, I would definitely agree. But as far as monetization wise, we kind of went over like how Facebook Reels Play opportunity is such a lucrative way to actually bring in income that it is more than TikTok at this moment, right?
Yes, I was part of the creators program, and they don't pay what Facebook pays. I don't want to downplay. I did get a lot of sponsorships from TikTok, and I still post on TikTok, but I've absolutely got paid 10 times more through Facebook Reels than I ever did TikTok. So
Gotcha. Yeah, I would
yeah.
agree. So let's get one more question or two. Let's see. Hashtag again, same Facebook. Someone says my Facebook app doesn't show me the grid of my reels and how many views they have. I don't even have a reel show, but I can post them. How do I see the views? So I'll let you go ahead and take that one.
I have the same issue on my business page. I have a hard time seeing it. You need to go into your studio, what is that called? The design studio. I can't think of what it's called. um, you have to go in through a different way and probably look at it on a PC for your business side. If you got a personal page and you're looking at your reel, if you click on your picture at the top right, it'll show you all of your reels and how many views you've seen.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So
Now there's still
a lot of people are still trying to figure out how to maneuver around it.
it's not very easy, and they change it a lot because it's in the testing phase, so it's kind of trial and error. I know that you can see other people's reels and you can post reels, but yeah, in order to see your reels, you have to when your reels comes across, you have to click on your actual picture, or go through the business studio is what I was trying to say, if it's on a business page. Because I have the same problem. Sometimes on my business page, I can't see how many views I have. It glitches.
Okay. Now, since my personal page is not professional, they didn't switch me over. It's not hard for me to see the amount of views at all. I'm just able to go to my reels, and that way I'm able to see my views. But I don't know, like once you actually get invited off your personal page, if it becomes an issue. I know it's harder to find your reels, but seeing the views, I guess they changed that whole thing around.
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely good to know. All
Yeah.
right, so I think one of the last questions that I'm going to go over is how long does it take to get the invite after getting 1K views? Now, I would say we're probably talking about Facebook, but if we're talking about Instagram, I always tell people that Instagram is way more random than Facebook Reels Play bonus program, guys. I don't know if I got lucky or what, but I was just posting consistently reels. And I got invited. It just popped up on my feed. I know some people that post way more than me, have way more followers than me, and I'm just like, dang, why you didn't get invited? Like, I love your
Yeah.
stuff. I see you all the time. Like, but it's so random, guys, on Instagram. Now, Facebook, I think a lot of people are starting to pick it up, but I feel like it's still way better chance of getting into Facebook Reels Play bonuses than Instagrams, honestly, because I've seen people post consistently and they still haven't been invited, guys.
Yeah.
So, but the best advice I can tell you for either one is to post consistently, and post stuff that you're actually into. Like,
Mhm.
even if you're doing an entertaining one, like don't half step it. Don't give me a little laugh.
Yeah.
Don't give me a little laugh. I mean, if you're gonna do it, do it. I mean,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
whatever, just keep posting, keep being yourself. And keep thinking outside the box. But it's no telling. It's people that have more than 1K views that haven't been invited yet. But I would definitely say your chances are pretty much higher to get invited to Facebook's than Instagram's. And
Mhm.
that's actually not a bad thing because Instagram is more random as far as like what your maximum bonus amount is. Like I've seen people with more followers than me be able to make less money a month, and people with less followers than me be able to make more money a month. So they fluctuate on how much you can actually make. Whereas though Facebook is an equal opportunity place, I almost feel like it's a workplace. Like
Yeah.
equal opportunity here. Like come on,
Yep.
we knocking Instagram out the park because they saying if you got an entrepreneur account, you're making less than a public figure account. Like I have a public figure account and I'm making more than people I know who have an entrepreneur category for their account that have more followers than me. So Instagram
Mm.
is picking and choosing. I don't know
It's
how
yeah.
exactly they choosing, but they are. But you do have
Yeah.
the opportunity if you are invited on Instagram for your maximum bonus amount to increase. So just keep posting consistently. I'm not sure if it's based off performance yet, but I have seen it increase, guys. So once
Yeah.
again, if you post it, you really can't go wrong. You're giving yourself the best shot at being able to join these programs. So
Yeah.
I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you have been watching tonight, please subscribe, and turn your post notifications on. I am back next Tuesday with another guest bringing valuable content. Once again, this is a platform for creators and entrepreneurs to share their uplifting, motivating, transformational journeys to how they got to where they are, and also let you know insider tips and tricks of being able to monetize on your social media, whether you are building your brand, whether you are building your business and getting more clients and customers, or just thinking outside the box, taking an initiative and just racking in more money on social media. No matter what you're doing, I'm going to be bringing someone on that is going to cover something new every week. So make sure you like, subscribe, and tune in, guys. But I want to thank you so much, Melissa, for coming on the show.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed having you, one marketing specialist to another. Like it was really great to just hear you say some of the same things that I'm already doing and I'm already thinking, but haven't went over. So
Yeah.
that analytics, guys, Facebook doesn't do it. Take the initiative, do it. Reach out to these businesses. That's the last time I'm going to say it. But once again, thank you so much for
Thank
joining.
you.
And I will see you in the group. And peace out, everyone. Next Tuesday at 8 p.m.